The most wonderful possession my husband and I ever had was a little girl named Rita Jo.
Our daughter Rita Jo died yesterday.
We didn't know how long we could keep her. Someday God would want her back.
And though some people may have thought you were a burden, you were our motivation.
I was bathing her at the time, and I didn't realize what had happened. She just closed her eyes and left this earth.
After the war, things started getting back to normal around here. That was good for everybody. Everybody. Except 7-year-old Rita Jo Newman. And for that matter, the thousands of children and adults just like her all over this country. In those days, if you had developmental disabilities, well, there's no sugarcoating it. You'd probably spend your entire life institutionalized. Even if you lived with your family, the rest of society didn't necessarily think much of you. You didn't fit in. But by 1950, things were about to change. And believe it or not, this town was about to become a model for other cities and towns all across the country. Because the dream of men and women like Joe and Sophie Newman was to send their children to school, just like all the other kids in town. But first, they had to have a school. So, they started one in a little abandoned building on Logan Street. Welcome to a place where a handful of determined families started something that would grow and change the lives of everyone around them. Where volunteers have served as lifeblood since the beginning. Where family after family were drawn for help and for hope. A place that had never existed before. And by 1955, a place already expanding with job training through something called Logan Industries. No, these people weren't waiting around for someone else to invent Logan. They were doing it, inventing, perfecting, even fighting for legislation that protected the rights and the dignity and the potential in all of us. And more importantly than anything else, filling this place with spirit. The kind of spirit that goes with you and stays with you wherever you are. Where the people of this community built a brand new home for the families of Logan in 1968. Where little steps and giant leaps have always taken place. Where government and neighborhoods and families have always turned when there's been nowhere else to turn in times of crisis. Welcome to a place where Logan clients have been working at jobs alongside the rest of us. Where, thanks to the men and women of Logan who fought to make it happen, all of our children go to the same public schools together. Where now, local parents who face the baffling mysteries of autism can gather for insight and support. The place that still serves as a model, not just for Indiana, but for every city and town all across America. Where once again, the people in this community have built a new home for the families and the volunteers and the individuals who need it the most. A new Logan with the original spirit, the one thing that has never changed, the one thing that moves with Logan, moves within Logan, and spills over into the community. What started with a small group of parents who believed has become part of the fabric of this community. A place where all of us believe, a fundamental belief in the dignity and the potential in everyone.
We never regretted a single day of the 28 years that she lived.
Rita Jo, you did in your way serve humanity. You taught love and understanding.
You molded our characters, gave us insight and compassion for others less fortunate, and an opportunity to do something about it.
Whatever we are today, we are better because you lived. And oh so thankful that you were ours.